Good evening, I'm Jason Rasidlo, reporting inside the Henry Ford Museum of American Innovation. Come along with me as we go on a tour of their brand new exhibit called The World of Charles and Ray Eames. The special exhibit allows guests to go inside the minds of two of the 20th century's most influential designers. Charles and Ray first met while studying at the Cranbrook School of Art in 1940.
Tonight, The World of Charles and Ray Eames is a comprehensive overview of the couple's entire career, and it reinforces their creativity and their ingenuity beyond their furniture design. And wait till you see it. You're really going to be amazed by the stories that you're going to see and the stories that you're going to hear about when you go inside. From films to toys to architecture to their exhibition work that they did, the design work of Ray and Charles was all-encompassing.
There are more than 400 artifacts included within this limited engagement exhibit. It includes furniture, product designs, paintings, drawings, films, sculptures, photography, and much more.
It's amazing. We've been fans of Charles and Ray Eames for years. Everything in our house is mid-century modern except the house.
What do you think of the exhibit?
I think it's really good.
Yeah, seeing a lot of the original sketches and everything from them, it's just really cool to see, and the prototype chairs and everything. It's just, you can't see it anywhere else.
Oh, great. So what are maybe one or two objects from the exhibit that made you go, wow?
I love to see the Eames chair with the cat, the drawing of the cat, and I can't think of the artist's name, Ale or what. That one was wonderful. That was really cool to see. I've seen it in books, but seeing it in person is so cool.
Yeah, I do the same thing with her, with the cat.
The cat is
really cool.
on the chair, yeah.
And then the toy plywood elephant. You know, that's we've seen it in the book. She has the one of the recreations out of the plastic new materials, but the original is really cool.
The World of Charles and Ray Eames exhibit is making its U.S. premiere at the Henry Ford after coming direct from London. One of their most well-known designs is the Eames lounge chair, which featured a combination of molded plywood and leather.
I'm impressed. I think that it's well laid out. It's very clean. Everything represents the family and the legacy quite accurately. I'm seeing things that I've never seen before. And I would say that we're pretty well educated in the Eames universe. But no, very, very, very informative. Very nice. Well laid out. What do you think, Andy?
I'd second that. Being familiar with some of the Eames work, but also being able to get a glimpse of their process from sketch to concept to prototype to final product. It's amazing.
Give me some highlight one or two items that stood out to you.
I particularly like the Schumann photos and the Charlie Chaplin photo of the tea ceremony of the family at the case study number 8 house. Very fascinating. Again, it kind of shows a glimpse of the day-to-day life of the Eames, if you will, and their association with Hollywood and how important and honestly what a big influence that was on the work. And I think that was really fascinating.
I'm not going to lie, I've only got halfway through the exhibit, but the one thing that really jumps out is the personal correspondence and the attention to detail and sincerity and warmth that comes through not only in their final product but their daily correspondence.
I enjoyed these prototypes of toy masks. They were used as props in theatrical skits. Definitely check those out when you visit the exhibit. The Eameses also designed the original House of Cards in 1952. Meanwhile, the pattern deck features textured or colored surfaces, such as fabrics and Chinese papers.
I think it's pretty neat to see all of this. I've always been kind of interested in design and architecture and design and whatnot. It's cool to see this culmination of it here in a style that I rather enjoy.
Now, what are maybe a couple pieces here in the exhibit that is interesting to you?
The elephant that's over there is pretty neat. Just the early adoption of laminate and so on, it's interesting. Being in engineering myself, the composite materials are kind of big now. This is kind of the first iteration of that, using wood and adhesives and so on to produce three-dimensional parts that are structural. It's pretty neat.
In 1949, this modern living room was originally shown at the Detroit Institute of Arts. Now, it returns to the metro area and is included within the exhibit right here.
One of the things I think makes this connection between the whole collection as well as the exhibit very strong is the fact that Charles would talk about how they learned a lot about design from designing the tools that made things like the splints and the early aircraft parts and things like that and the early chairs. Because with a tool, when you're designing a tool, there's no points for making a pretty hammer. If the hammer is really pretty but it breaks, nobody saves the hammer. They throw it away. And I think that for that, regarding everything as a tool for living or a tool for sitting or a tool for making people's lives better, whether it was a film or fabric or what have you, is a common thread. And you see that many of these objects have a kind of beauty that are in the Ford Museum, have a similar kind of beauty to some of the things you're going to see in there. The beauty of an object that understands its purpose and its intent.
The Eameses designed fiberglass, furniture, plastic resin chairs, and wire mesh chairs for Michigan-based Herman Miller. Many of these are still being sold today.
It's really a privilege to be able to mount the exhibition here, especially now that it's complemented with such an amazing array of exhibits from the work of the Eames office, but particularly the work that the Henry Ford curators have been doing to collect around information technology and communication design related to the period where the Eameses were working closely with IBM. Not least the Mathematica exhibit, which if you haven't had a chance to visit yet, I urge you all to do, because it's looking absolutely phenomenal. The team here has spent a long time returning the interactive exhibits to their sort of full working potential. It's looking beautiful, and the fact that when I was spending time in the galleries today, there were children and adults in there captivated by what they were seeing, clearly engaging with everything, says a lot about the ability of those incredible projects to travel across time and still be relevant and meaningful to people.
Guests who attended the exhibit preview party enjoyed heavy hors d'oeuvres and an open bar. Then the doors swung open for the very first time. The world of Charles and Ray Eames will remain on display through September 3rd, 2018. Reporting from the Henry Ford in Dearborn, I'm Jason Rosidlo for AmericaJR.com.